You know, we're living in a frightening time. The stewardship of the nation has been thrown away to somebody who doesn't have a clue as to what that means. And unfortunately, we have somebody who I feel doesn't have a grasp of the deep meaning of what it means. And he's such a...
The showdown between Bruce Springsteen and Donald Trump has reached a new level of drama, with the boss tossing some serious shade at the former president. Springsteen, known for his anthems about the struggles of the working class, called out Trump for yanking their chains and empty promises to everyday Americans. He boldly claimed that Trump had been stringing people along for years, pulling their metaphorical chains so hard they might need therapy. Naturally, this hit a raw nerve with Trump, who's never one to let criticism slide quietly. Cue the Twitter storm. Trump's response was as predictable as it was embarrassing. He unleashed a flurry of all-caps tweets, each more ridiculous than the last. Bruce is a no-talent loser who can't even sell tickets, Trump raged, completely ignoring the fact that Springsteen's concerts have sold out stadiums long before Trump ever dreamed of running for office. Meanwhile, Bruce is probably relaxing backstage, strumming his guitar and thinking, "Guess I really touched a nerve there." The internet, as always, has been quick to jump in, with memes about Trump's Twitter tantrums circulating faster than you can say "born in the USA." Even toddlers are whispering, "Wow, that's embarrassing." The contrast between Springsteen's blue-collar persona and Trump's gold-plated toilet lifestyle has never been more glaring, and it's clear that this Jersey boy versus Big Apple bully showdown is just getting started. Will Trump fire back with more insults, or will he accidentally misspell Springsteen's name again? Either way, this battle is far from over, and we're all here for it. The drama is heating up, and the internet's loving every minute of it.
I don't know what that's going to mean, but we'll find out shortly.
I mean, if you look at the state of America today, if you look at some of the language used in this election campaign, would you say that you're proud to be born in the USA, to quote your most famous song?
Very dangerous. He does have a lot of people's ears, and I don't think he's going to go quietly into the, gently into the good night. I think he's going to make as big a mess as he can.
All right, folks. Grab your air guitars because it's time for Bruce Springsteen to rock Trump's world. The boss, our quiet but powerful Jersey legend, is about to unleash a tidal wave of truth bombs. You see, Springsteen's been sitting in his garage, polishing those Grammy awards while silently fuming at Trump's antics. And now he can't take it anymore. He's been watching Trump strut around like he's the savior of blue-collar America, promising moonshots to people who've spent their lives working hard just to make ends meet. But Springsteen? He's seen more BS than a cattle ranch, and he's not afraid to call it out. The boss isn't buying Trump's simple solutions to complex problems. It's like trying to fix a broken-down 57 Chevy with a Band-Aid and a prayer. Sure, it sounds great if you're desperate, but Bruce knows better. He's been singing about the struggles of everyday Americans since Trump was just a bad toupee in a shiny suit. Now, Springsteen's stepping up to the mic, ready to lay it all on the line. He's calling out Trump for preying on struggling workers, peddling empty promises that are about as real as Trump's tan. If Bruce wrote a song about this, it'd probably be called "Born in the USA." But instead of hope, it would sound like a dirge for the American dream. While Trump's out there claiming he's the ultimate working-class hero, Bruce is here to remind us that Trump's idea of hard work is probably deciding which steak knife matches his gold-plated dinnerware. Meanwhile, actual workers are still waiting for that mythical tax cut they were promised. Let's not forget, Springsteen's got credibility in spades. His songs have been the anthem of factory floors and union halls for decades. When he talks about the working class, it's not theory, it's lived experience. Trump, on the other hand, his version of manual labor is probably pressing the elevator button in Trump Tower. As the laughter dies down, one thing's clear. Bruce Springsteen just turned up the volume on Trump's hypocrisy louder than a guitar solo at a Springsteen concert. And trust me, folks, when the boss speaks, even Mar-a-Lago shakes. Stay tuned, because next up, we're diving into Trump's meltdown after Michelle Obama delivers her own knockout blow. Spoiler alert, Grumpy Trumpy is going to need some ice for that burn. Ouch, that stings more than a guitar string snapping mid-solo. Bruce Springsteen sees right through Trump's act like it's made of cellophane. It's like trying to sell snake oil to a guy who's been drinking whiskey his whole life. It just ain't gonna work. So, what did the boss say that got Trump's toupee in such a twist? Hold on to your red caps, folks, because this is mic drop material. Bruce calls Trump a flagrant toxic narcissist. Boom. Straight to the ego, baby. You can almost picture Trump turning redder than usual, or orange as usual, as he reads it, probably muttering, "Such disrespect." Bruce didn't just throw shade, he threw the whole damn tree. He took all the frustration of the working class, mixed it with some New Jersey attitude, and served it up on a silver platter of truth. And honestly, it's about time someone with Springsteen street cred stood up and said what we've all been thinking. Trump's been playing the American people like a cheap kazoo, and Bruce is here to remind us what real music sounds like. But hey, self-awareness was never Trump's strong suit. Of course, his loyal followers couldn't let their dear leader fight alone, so they jumped on the bandwagon faster than you can say alternative facts. They started calling for a boycott of Springsteen's music. Good luck with that, folks. I'm sure Bruce is quaking in his working-class boots at the thought of losing the MAGA crowd. Who needs decades of loyal fans when you've got Twitter warriors wearing red hats and typing in all caps? But Donnie wasn't done yet. Oh no, he was just getting warmed up. The tweets kept coming, each one more unhinged than the last. It was like watching a toddler have a meltdown in the cereal aisle, except this toddler has nuclear codes. Fun times. And then, in what I assume was an attempt at clever wordplay, spoiler alert, it wasn't. Trump ended his rant by calling Bruce a born in the USA hole. Wow, just wow. Two brain cells working overtime to deliver a cringeworthy insult that makes you wonder if he accidentally swallowed a thesaurus while skipping breakfast. The whole thing felt like a fireworks show, but instead of pretty lights, we got pure ego and desperation. You could almost hear the Star-Spangled Banner playing in the background as Trump furiously tapped away on his phone, defending his honor against the mean old rock star. Classic Trump moves. Spin the wheel of insults and land on either jealous, washed up, or stick to your day job. Maybe next time he'll try consulting a dictionary, or even Google. This whole tirade really highlighted how thin Trump's skin is. We always knew he was sensitive, but this was like using tissue paper as a bulletproof vest. Who would have thought that a few words from a guy with a guitar could shake the foundations of Trumplandia? Meanwhile, while Trump's busy rage tweeting from his golden toilet throne, another Jersey boy takes the stage. As the world watches, it's clear that the battle lines between Bruce Springsteen and Donald Trump are drawn. On one side, we have the legendary voice of the working class, Springsteen, who's been in the trenches with everyday Americans for decades, singing their struggles and standing up for what's right. On the other, we have a man who's spent his career building an empire of excess and tweeting from the safety of his gilded tower. It's a fight between two worlds, and the stakes couldn't be higher. So, what's next in this drama? Well, it looks like we're in for a bumpy ride. But one thing's for sure. Bruce Springsteen isn't backing down, and Trump's Twitter tantrums are only going to get louder. This showdown between the boss and the former president isn't just a battle of words, it's a battle of values, of who represents the Real America. And as always, we'll be here to watch it unfold. The drama's far from over, and we wouldn't miss a minute of it.
If you look at some of the language used in this election campaign, would you say that you're proud to be born in the USA, to quote your most famous song?
Very dangerous. He does have a lot of people's ears, and I don't think he's going to go quietly into the, gently into the good night. I think he's going to make as big a mess as he can.
Bruce Springsteen, the same guy who's been singing about the struggles of everyday Americans since before Trump even learned how to spell bankruptcy, has never shied away from tough topics. Now, it's clear that he's not afraid to call out snake oil salesmen either. Bruce has spent decades singing the stories of working-class America, and now he's aiming his guitar directly at Trump. The boss is breaking down why Trump's promises are about as substantial as a Trump University degree, flashy, but ultimately, all show and no substance. In a recent interview, Springsteen laid it out plainly. The past 40 years of deindustrialization and globalization have left a lot of workers struggling. That sounds like the opening lines to a Springsteen ballad, but this time, it's not just lyrics, it's cold, hard facts. Bruce isn't just complaining, he's asking why people continue to fall for Trump's quick fixes. When you're drowning, even a leaky life raft looks tempting. But Springsteen sees through Trump's act like it's a cheap suit from the clearance rack. Real solutions don't fit into 280 characters or fit neatly into campaign slogans. And guess what? People are listening. Not just diehard fans, but folks from all walks of life. It turns out that a rock star who's spent his career writing about heartbreak and hard times might actually know more about the working class than a guy who slaps his name on skyscrapers. So, let's set the stage. In one corner, we've got Bruce Springsteen, the poet of the proletariat, the blue-collar bard. In the other corner, Donald Trump, massive ego, questionable hair, and a golden toilet obsession. These two couldn't be more different if they tried. Bruce grew up in a working-class family in New Jersey, and he's been singing about solidarity and taking care of each other since before Trump even thought about running for president. Meanwhile, Trump's idea of working class probably involves deciding which employees to fire on TV. Bruce gives life lessons through song, while Trump charges thousands for a certificate from Trump University, an enterprise that, ironically, didn't last long. When it comes to understanding deindustrialization and globalization, Bruce is the professor with 40 years of fieldwork. Trump's more like the tourist who snaps selfies in front of closed factories while shouting, "Bring back coal." And oh boy, did people react. Hashtags flew faster than a microwave burrito left in too long. Team Bruce versus Team Trump. It was like watching two grandpas fight over the last pudding cup. Except this pudding cup was the soul of America. Some Trump supporters burned their Springsteen albums. Pro tip: keep those receipts, folks, because you're going to regret torching Born to Run next week. Meanwhile, Bruce fans fired back by flooding Trump's Twitter feed with lyrics from Born in the USA. Nothing says mic drop quite like spamming someone with song lyrics, a classic passive-aggressive American move. Political pundits are loving this clash. Some are calling Bruce a modern-day Paul Revere, warning us about bad toupees and fake tans. Others say he should stick to music, as if celebrities have never had opinions before. Newsflash: even Elvis weighed in on politics. This is more than just a rock star getting political. This is Bruce Springsteen, who's been chronicling the real American experience for decades, calling out the man who claims to represent it. And let's be real, this isn't over.